Hello, I'm BoodFM and welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe and hopefully all of you will hit that bell and never miss one of my videos. But I do appreciate any help, thumbs up, comments, but most of all your view. And thank you for checking out this video. With Haaland at Ashton United, a club very local to me, a couple of miles away. Been there quite a few times, featured him in videos in the past on my channel. Now, I did actually set one up for Haaland, just a little experiment for a bit of fun with another non-league team, but I had it on the back burner just waiting to make. Everything was ready. The game, the database, the graphics, and of course, great bit of news. Obviously, Haaland isn't going to the World Cup, so one of my local teams, Ashton United, have put in a cheeky offer to loan him. It's a bit of fun. It's probably given them some great exposure. Whoever decided to do that at Ashton United, hats off to you, mate, because that is absolutely genius. I bet the attention and the spotlight on your little club has been amazing, and hopefully it benefits you. Don't think you are going to get Haaland, but wow, I think it's brilliant. Such a great idea. So, of course, being a Football Manager YouTuber, I thought, let's do this. So I've rushed this together last night, and hopefully have a bit of fun with it. So I have put Erling Haaland, not for 1 month on loan at Ashton United, because that'd be pretty rubbish. I've put him there, I've trapped him there for 20 years until he's going to be 40. Nearly 40 years old in the year 2040. And we're going to see, I've done no other changes to Ashton United, apart from one, obviously, which you'll see in a minute. Just put him there. Can he actually help him? Can he take them through the leagues? Carry this little club on his back to the top? Well, we're going to find out. So let's get into it. So here we are with Ashton United. Now, Ashton United are based in Ashton-under-Lyne. It's a town not too far from where I live, in Denton. And they've got two football clubs. Some of you may know this, you may not. They've got Curzon Ashton as well, who are actually in the Vanarama National Curzon. They've got a newer stadium. And they've also got the Trinity statue outside Curzon with the 3 World Cup winners from our local area. But Ashton United is still a great club. Great little stadium, Hurst Cross at the other side of Ashton, with a decent capacity. I mean, I've always quite liked Ashton United. I've done videos with them in the past, and I love what they've done. Their social media guy is a genius. But yeah, here we are. There you can see the kits. They're nicknamed the Robins. They were founded the same year as the original United in 1878, and of course, the semi-professional. Now, the one change I said I did make was that I've had to put them in a Vanarama National. They are, of course, in the Northern Premier, a tier down. They're into the 7th tier, so I've upped them to the 6th tier, so they're playable, so we can do this experiment. That's the only thing I've changed. Everything else, exactly the same. I've not given them any money. I've not improved anything. I've not done anything, apart from giving possibly the greatest young striker in the world right now. The machine, the cheat code, the robot, Erling Haaland. But quickly, before we look at Erling Haaland, there you go. That's the facilities. It's basic. Everything's basic. Can this one man carry this team through? Or they're just gonna, is he just gonna score buckets full of goals? Maybe get him a few leagues up? I don't know. I can't see one man taking a team like this to the Prem, because they need everything else. Do you know what I mean? Can he bring that? Can one player really do that for a team like this? And we're going to find out, and I have no idea, because like I said, last night I was in bed thinking, right, I'm going to do my Haaland video, and I thought, why am I doing that video? Let's switch it up. So I just set it up quickly, had the database running all night and all morning while I was at work, and here we are. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm very excited to jump into the save points. Now, I have trapped him here for 20 years. If you've never seen a video like this, the way you do that is by putting a future transfer in place. So in 20 years' time, he's going to go to Brine. I think you pronounce it that way. The team he started his career at in Norway. So he's going to go home in 20 years. Now, obviously, he was on a crazy amount of money at Man City. And I could have put him on £5 a week to help Ashton United. I've given him £1,000 a week. That could go up, not massively, but it might go up with inflation over the years. But £1,000 a week for one player for Ashton United would be a lot of money, so that could hinder him. Will his goals be enough? But obviously, we all know about him. We don't need to run through how good he is, or let's talk about how good he is. It's a shame they can't sell him. Look at that. Wow, that'd transform the club. But hopefully he can transform the club on his own with them big Viking Norwegian shoulders. Although technically, he's English. Born in England. He did only live here for 3 or 4 years. I did watch an interview recently where he said, I have wondered if my dad had carried on playing in England and we stayed there longer, would I have felt English? Could have been in England longer? Would I have played for England? We missed out there, didn't we? You missed out early. Could have been going to the World Cup this year. But I'm very intrigued to see what one man can do with a team like this. A team that, come on, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of these guys, if this is true, I've got jobs as well. I mean, fair play, this is a great level to play at. But I imagine they've all got jobs as well. Just normal blokes like me that are decent at football. And now they're playing with Erling Haaland, so I don't imagine any of them are ever going to watch this. We'll have a quick look. The next highest value players are Joe Robbins. You're not Bobbins. You're good there, Joe. Good player. Wish I could play at this level. Callum Saunders, young striker. Hopefully hoping there's 2 up front there, Callum, because you might have lost your spot. Ben Hardcastle, what a name. I love that lad. Yeah, this is the players around him, so can he do it? Let's jump forward sort of 10 years into the future and see. Here we are in the year 2031. I did want to jump in at 2030. Don't ask, it's 2031. So it's been 11 seasons, I think. And obviously Erling Haaland is not only just still here, he is the captain. And Fraser Forster, the old goalie, is the manager. And they're in the championship. Now, no offence to Ashton United, right? No offence. Played this game a lot. Done a million simulations. A million lower league saves. And Ashton United never get anywhere. So the Erling Haaland effect looks like it's worked a little bit, doesn't it? Here he is. And he's 30 years old. He's got 9 to 10 years left on his contract. And of course, he's probably at the peak of his absolute powers here. 355 league games that'll be, with 265 goals. Legendary striker playing in the championship. So here's his history so far. Ashton United did not buy him for 51 million, by the way. But yeah, I mean, he's been steady. But I was expecting like 40, 50 goals a season, especially in the League North, the National League, League 2, League 1. Just 50 goals a season. But then obviously it's maybe the players that are around him, but then you got to look at where they are, and I've never seen Ashton United get to the championship. He has to be the reason why. He is the reason why. Great average ratings. He's probably carried them on his back, made the players around him better and pushed them on, and then the club's just slowly grown. So they finished 3rd in the Vanarama National League North. They've gone up to the Vanarama National League, ended up winning that, and then spent years obviously in League 2, won that, and now obviously just looks like they've been promoted, and this is their first year in the championship. Wow, that's cool. I like that. I like the fact that one superstar player is just transforming this small little club from Ashton Underline, because he has. I mean, they're currently playing at Gig Lane, obviously the home of the original Bury, while they move back into Hurst Cross. It's getting a planned expansion, like doubling the capacity. So you have to travel all the way to Bury. That's a bit of a mission if you know the area. Christ. If we go on the squad, arrange it by value, you can see though, it's not as if they've got this superstar team full of loads of massive top players, but they've done a job. They've got themselves into the championship, and they've still got Erling Haaland. They're still going to have 20, 30 goals maybe a season. The next best player is Noah Chilvers, a midfielder, 30 years old, just played for Colchester, Bath. So fair play. It looks like they've done it in a good way, like hard bloody work. Ex-Wrexham Bristol Rovers player, Dario Lloyd, used to play for Chelsea, Regen, 22 years old. He's not too bad. I like that. Now we're not going to look at all the players. I just want to see how much he's been spending year on year, and because they had no money. But you know, they're getting to a point where they can spend a couple of $100,000 a year. They've obviously used the free market, which I've been doing, and I've took Oldham from the Vanarama National League all the way up-ish. I think I'm in League 1 at the minute, but I'm done really well just by pretty much using the free market. You can have a lot of fun with this game. Probably a bit unrealistic sometimes, but you can have a lot of fun. That's what games are supposed to be. Fun. Oh, there you go. Spent $500,000 last year. Could do with Tycoon Takeover, couldn't they? Just push him over the edge. when it comes to competitions, they won the Builder Base that first season. They obviously won the Vanarama National League and the Sky Bet League 2. It'd be nice over the next 10 years if they could just get over that hump, maybe. We'll see. They might just stagnate, go up and down at this level. Or just win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup or something. But just the dream is the Prem. Would that happen, really? Realistically? The answer to that in the year 2040 is yes, they can get to the Premier League. But this is also sad in a way. Because after what? Nearly 20 years, Erling Haaland is just days away from leaving. He will never get to play for him in the Premier League. I've just looked at this and I was like, no way. Feel really bad because he is the main catalyst. He's the only catalyst that's helped this club grow around him over these years with that dream. And I mean, I didn't know if he could do it, but they've got there and now he's leaving. Gutted. So obviously when they got to the Championship, they've built and they've stayed a steady team, mid-table-ish, climbing up them leagues, 7th, obviously 5th, so they would have got in the playoffs maybe, and then, honestly, come 2nd, gone up. I'm kind of like happy that a team like Ashton United, with him, has got to the Premier League. I'm just gutted that he's never going to play for him in the Premier League. There he is now at 39 years old. He's about to turn 40 next month before he returns home to Norway for a little stint with his very first team. And he's still pretty good, isn't he? He still looks really good at that age. Now, I don't know if he naturally plays to this age because, I mean, you might. Let me know if you know in the comments. But you can trap a player at a club till they're in the 60s. If you put a future transfer in place, you could probably force them to never retire. Obviously, they will end up dying completely. I did it with Zlatan. I made him play until his 60s on FM23. But he's done really well. Look at that, 702 league appearances, 457 goals. And like I said earlier, Ashton United don't get anywhere normally. I didn't give him any money. They had nothing, no facility help, nothing. They had one player. And that one player has let that team grow around him and grown one whole club into a proper good-sized club on his own. I mean, look at that long-ass career at Ashton United. Awesome. All them years in the Championship. I mean, his first few years in the Championship, he was doing really well. But as he's approached his mid to late 30s, you know, his goal tally's dropped off, but his average rating never has. He's always grafted and still contributed. And here he is now, look, Premier League. And he's buggering off. Now, last time we looked, in 2031, they were playing at Gig Lane in Bury, and they were doubling the expansion, weren't they? The first cross. But they're about to move it. This is cool, isn't it? I love this. Sometimes you do these little like simulations and obviously you just jump in at certain years and you maybe miss things or you don't see things. But this time they're going to move in next year to their brand new Ashton United Stadium. State of the art, 21,000 capacity. They're currently playing in Bolton. Bloody hell, Bolton, Bury, they don't have like travelling. But that is awesome. We saw Fraser Forster. He stayed for 2 years, really. Didn't do too much. Last few years, though, they've had some decent managers. They had Eddie Howe. He left. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Obviously, over the years, they've upgraded the facilities. Obviously, had a few locations while they upgraded their stadium. Now they're leaving their historic home and going into a new stadium. Played in Bury, played in Bolton. Yeah. I can't get over this. I mean, I've done similar things, but one player. I genuinely thought he could, on his own, get him into the Football League because of who he is and what he can do. But this is really good. I love this. And then over the years, obviously the spending's increased when they got into the Championship. 4.6 million, 1.8, 3.3, 2.2, 6.5. You know, spending money 12.25. Wow, 8 million, 22 million. Wowzers. And now they're in the Premier League. So I was just wondering, thought we'd check if they ever had a tycoon takeover. They never did. They had a promotion from within a few years ago, 5 years ago. So it's not like they've had all this tons of money. They've just grown as a club from one player. Well, they definitely used that low market, didn't they? That's all right, fair play. You've got to do it if you can. And I mean, I'm guessing, obviously, they're all going to be regens, aren't they? Where's Robert from? On loan from West Ham, not a bad player. Jean-Baptiste, not a bad player. Now, I know this is an Erling Haaland at Ashton United video, right? I know that. But I just still want to jump forward and see, could they survive in the Premier League without him? So I did another 2 years this morning while I was getting my kids ready and having a brew. to 2042? Well, the answer is no. He spent 1 year in the Premier League, as you can see, and finished rock bottom with 15 points. Only won 2 games. Do you know what? I'm so gutted he didn't do it a year earlier, a couple of years earlier. We had a chance to see him in the Premier League. Even at that age, would he have made that difference, scoring even if it was just 10 goals? I mean, would that have made much of a difference? Possibly. Possibly, you never know, dear. We're never going to know. But you know what? They've still done so well. They're brand new home, the Ashton United Stadium. They're still in the Championship. They could always get back there maybe one day. And yeah, I'm absolutely love that, how it turned out. The only, like I said, the only downside is that he never got to lace his boots up in the Premier League. And he will be retiring at the end of this current season. He's played 43 games for his original team, scoring 21 goals still at 41. And that's what he looks like at 41. Not bad. I'd take him at Oldham Athletic in my meat pie sausage roll series. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. You'll find it on my channel. I might put a link up somewhere. But yeah, very pleased. Well done, Erling Haaland. Turning your back on Man City, helping a team, a tiny little team from the north of England, in the outskirts of Manchester, in Ashton-under-Lyne, and you've grown them into a proper club, a proper like league club. They are a proper club, but a proper league club. Do you know what I mean? You had a stint in the Prem, but unfortunately, I've never won a cup. That'd have been good, wouldn't it? That'd have been a nice little cherry on top of the cake, wouldn't it? If they'd just picked up a Carabao or an FA Cup, but still, you cannot know that. That was brilliant. Loved it. So hopefully you loved it too. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit that bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And as always, thank you for your view. Thank you to all my current subscribers, all my patrons, all you guys that help the channel by doing all those things that help me, like thumbs up and comments. It's all massively appreciated. So genuinely, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the whole thing in reality. Like, I think it's such a brilliant PR stunt by Ashton United to just give that club some exposure, because there'll be loads of people now around the world finding out for the first time about them and might start following them on social media, and hopefully it helps the club just a little bit. I think that's brilliant. So thank you as always. Stay happy, stay safe, and booed. Bye bye.